Hello guys, Josh here from History with Josh. In today's video we are looking as par at the AQA GCSE History, Germany, Dictatorship and Democracy, 1890 to 1945 module, and today we're looking at the Golden Age between 1924 and 1925. Quick recap from last video, we looked at 1923, the year of crisis. We looked at two problems, the French invasion of the Ruhr and hyperinflation. Then we looked at Gustav Stresemann's solutions and how it helped Germany, but the problems. In the next 5 years was called a Golden Age. Some key factors: in 1926, Germany joined the League of Nations. In 1929, Germany signed the Young Plan. In 1927, they signed the Locarno Pact. And in 1928, they signed the Kellogg-Briand Pact. So, the Golden Age, politics. The government started to become more stable, and between 1924 and 1928, there were far fewer elections held because of disagreements. People were no longer supporting extreme parties, and votes for Nazis and communists went down, but Paul von Hindenburg was elected president in 1925. He was openly against democracy and the Republic, and his election was seen as people voting for the old system of the Kaiser. No party could get a majority, so all governments were still coalitions, which often didn't agree, meaning nothing could get passed. The economy in the Golden Age. The economy started doing well in the Golden Age thanks to Stresemann's changes and the Dawes Plan. If you remember from the last video, he got rid of the mark, replacing it with the Rentenmark meaning temporary mark. Production went to its highest level in decades, and Germany became a leading exporter in the world for manufactured goods, but it was all based on American loans, which could be recalled at any time. Unemployment was always a serious problem, and there was a big gap between rich and poor, and farming and agriculture did very badly. But German culture. Culture was a big achievement of the Weimar Golden Era. Artists began depicting everyday life in a way not seen before. German cinema boomed, and movies like the Metropolis became classics all over the world, and architecture was admired in this era. But Berlin became seen as sleazy and sex-obsessed. But let's look at some achievements of the Weimar Republic. The Weimar Constitution. Some ideas such as everyone being able to vote, it was men and women over the age of 20, free press and free speech were new to Germany and very modern. Freedom. The Weimar Republic allowed ordinary Germans, like Hitler, to be involved in politics for the first time. Recovering from 1923. Stresemann's policies such as the Dawes Plan and Rentenmark managed to help Germany recover from near collapse in 1923. Weimar culture, art, cinema and nightlife thrived because the Weimar Constitution gave people so much freedom. Improved relations with other countries. Locarno Pact, the Young Plan and the entry to the League of Nations in 1926 made Germany more accepted abroad, and other countries were willing to talk and share with them. The Golden Age. Production increased massively and people became much happier with the Weimar government. And they survived despite being hated. The Weimar Republic had to take blame for losing the war and the Treaty of Versailles. It was hated by many, especially the army, but it survived. And finally, they survived political extremists in several uprisings, such as the Spartacus Revolt, the Kapp Push, and Hitler's Munich Putsch, leading to his imprisonment where he wrote Mein Kampf. But there would be some possible exam questions from the Weimar Republic, including how was Germany punished in the Treaty of Versailles? 5 questions. Explain why 1923 was a difficult year for the Republic, 7 marks. How far had the Weimar Republic recovered from its problems by the beginning of 1929? Explain your answer, 8 marks. How did the German people react to the Treaty of Versailles? 5 marks. Explain the achievements of the Weimar Republic, 7 marks. Why did the Weimar Republic eventually fail? 8 marks. In what ways did the rapid inflation of 1923 affect Germany? 5 marks. And explain why the Weimar Republic was so unpopular with many Germans in the first half of the 1920s. 7 marks. If you want to take a screenshot of this and come back to them in your revision, please do. And we're going to look at an example source analysis. It was made in 1919 by a British magazine in response to the Treaty of Versailles. We're going to try and look at what point the artist is trying to make. So it says peace and future cannon fodder. Always pay attention to what the title says if there is one. This one is saying that young people of 1919 will be the future, cannon fodder. The Treaty of Versailles will cause them to go to war in the future. Then we've got a few arrows, just a few faces. It shows the leaders of France, Clemenceau with the cane, USA, Wilson, Italy and Britain, Lloyd George. What are they doing? What are they drawing like? What are their facial expressions? Every details are significant. One thing to remember when the Paris Peace Conference between Clemenceau, Wilson and Lloyd George, one way to remember what they wanted is the bigger the moustache, the more revenge they wanted. So Wilson had no moustache, Lloyd George had a little one, but Clemenceau had a massive one. He wanted so much revenge. Look at Clemenceau. Why is he at the front? What's he saying? And what is the artist trying to say about France's attitude to the future? Does he care? It could also link to he wanted the most revenge. The child weeping represents the children of 1919. It says 1940 class above the child. It's implying that by the time these children are grown up in 20 years' time, there will be another war. Why? At the bottom it says the tiger. Curious. I seem to hear a child weeping. Always explain the caption. This one is Clemenceau saying, I hear a child weeping. He is talking about the crying child. What does it show about his attitude? And does he realise how the treaty might affect his future? Does he care? Every detail significant. What does this paper say? Saying peace treaty represent. Remember, this was made in 1919. In the next video, we will be looking at the rise of Hitler and the Nazis. If you did enjoy today's video, subscribe, leave a like and comment, and let me know if these are helping your revision. Look at the playlist of Germany 1890 to 1945. This is all under the AQA GCSE section. I will do a video on health, medicine, like the medicine one, and also tension between the East and the West once we've done this. Thanks for watching. See you next time.